Greetings from Scouse Farm on another lovely day in very late November. But just for reference, I'm on Booker Avenue in South Liverpool, and that sign there is indicating the Green Hills pub. So if you put that in your satellite navigation, if you want to come to see what I'm about to show you, then that's the general area, and I'll give you the exact road that it sits on very soon. But I'm about to show you something unusual, and for once I can say it's not something I drive past every day, because I don't come down this end. I've got no reason to be down this end of Liverpool most of the time. But I did used to drink in that pub, because when I was in my late teens and early 20s, a friend of mine, she worked in there, so we used to go in and get some discounted pints. But she won't be getting in trouble now, she doesn't work there anymore. But I'm here to show you something very unusual. It is a mysterious stone, and it's known as the Robin Hood stone. And again, just for a little bit more micro location, if you want to get right to the spot, it's conveniently located next to the sign that says Archerfield Road L18, so Liverpool 18, just off Booker Avenue. And this stone dates to, there's no accuracy around the research that I've looked into, but it's a Neolithic or Bronze Age stone, and the Neolithic period was from about 10,000 BC up to about 2000 BC, and then the Bronze Age, there's different dates for the Bronze Age depending on where you are in the world, but in Britain the Bronze Age started in around 1900 BC and lasted 900 years until around 1000 BC, when it was superseded by the Iron Age, where people started forging tools and weapons made out of iron and other alloys. So they started being able to make things a lot easier than they used to. But this, you can see all of these like striations down the front, little channels that are running, and that will be the reason, I'll tell you later, why it's called the Robin Hood stone. But I want to show you first, you can't see very clearly, I've had a good look, but there are what's known as cup and circle marks on the bottom of this stone, and you can see just there these indentations, and it's very difficult to see now, but I will post the link down below. So there's pictures of when this was first excavated, because this wasn't the original position of the stone, which will become apparent soon. But you can also see some lines there, and the railings make the camera go out of focus, but I'll try and get it in. Actually should be a bit better now, I'm hanging through. But all of these lines, these are like marked on by man, so it's not something that's happened naturally. So these cup and circle patterns have been seen all around the world on stones. So again, I like the mystery of the aliens, because anything I can't understand, I just say, oh no, it's aliens, it's aliens. So, you know, when you're looking at pieces of stone all across the world 10,000, 20,000 plus years ago that all have the same markings, and this is at a time before any sort of transportation, so civilizations would never meet each other. So how is it that all across the world you've got so many different pieces of stone marked with the exact same carvings that were done by man, which is it's just bizarre. But again, have a little look down below in the video description, and there's some further information about the cup and circles and the and basically what the theories are as to why they were put on these rocks. Some people say they're like astronomical, or I don't even know that's the right word, but astrological, not astronomical, astrological, that's it. So maybe people have linked them to certain star constellations, and other people, there's not really much to show on the back, so I'll go back around the front. But others say it's for human sacrifice or gifts to the gods and all that sort of stuff. But unfortunately for me, I'll never know the answer, and I don't think any of us will definitively know the answer to a lot of this stuff. because I don't know about you, but my time machine failed its MOT, so it's not on the road at the minute, and I can't go back in time and ask people why they were carving certain things into stones. But this Robin Hood stone is thought to have been part of the Calder stones, and that they are a group of stones that you can see today in Calder Stones Park in South Liverpool. And there was a dispute in 1568, and that led some to believe that this was taken from the pack of Calder stones and moved up to this area. And this isn't the original location of the stone. It was actually, as you're going to see now from this plaque, you can see the arrow on that plaque, that tells you where it was. So up that way, where are now houses, used to be a field, and the field was called Stone Hay. And hay, H-E-Y, not H-A-Y, is an old word that seems to mean some sort of field or enclosure for animals. And the theory goes on some of the research that this stone was placed in the middle of the field, or it was in the field, and the farmers put it there so the animals could scratch up against it, so like some sort of medieval scratch post. But again, no one knows definitively if that's the case and why it was there. But it was moved, some people think, around about the 1500s, the mid 1500s, but it was definitely in the field in 1771 because it was listed on a map. But it could have been there earlier, so we just don't know the exact date. But I'll tell you what, it's old, isn't it? And I'll give you a little close-up now of all these marks that will become apparent why it's called the Robin Hood stone. So all these marks here, you can see, the legend has it that Robin Hood travelled up from Sherwood Forest to Liverpool. I don't know if his merry men were with him or not, and he used this stone to sharpen his arrows, and that's why it's got these indentations. But I don't know, that's a tall tale, is it not? But you can see there a little clearer now that I'm hanging over the railing. They are deep, and again, some people have suggested that these marks in stones like this are weather related, or wind or water erosion, or both. But there have been cases where a stone like this has been used to sharpen arrowheads, so that's probably why the legend of Robin Hood is attached to this stone, because some say that arrowheads were sharpened by archers or hunters on stones like this, and that would make sense as well, but I suppose we'll never know. And there's another more macabre suggestion as to why these channels are the way they are, and that's because, or the theory goes, druids sacrificed humans, and this is where the blood run down, and maybe they wanted to capture the blood at the bottom and drink it, or I don't know, maybe make some black pudding back in the day, who knows. But I'll give you a little read of this plaque before I let you go. I'll get through the railings again. And this is apparently a bronze plaque, and this monolith, known as Robin Hood stone, stood in a field named the Stone Hay at a spot 198 feet distant and in a direction bearing 7 degrees east of true north from its present position, to which it was moved in August 1928. So it got taken out of the field in August 1928 and placed where you can see it today, and the arrow below indicates the direction of the original site. And this side of the stone, formerly, the M has gone, formerly faced south. So where the cup and these little cup circle things, and again, just have a look at the picture down below. It shows when this was excavated or dug up out of the field in 1910, because it was first dug up in 1910. Everything below that bottom scratch there, or wherever the bottom one is, everything below that was below ground, buried in the field. So all of these like little lines that you can see on the picture, they were all below ground. And the field itself now, we'll spin you around over that way, as you can see, there are houses all over here, so that field no longer exists and it's got houses on it now. But thank you again to my friend John for letting me know about it. I would never have found this by accident because it's very rare that I'm down this way. So get yourselves down and have a look at the Robin Hood stone, see if you can reach through and touch it. And thank you very much for watching. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you're new. And Scouse Farm, we'll see you all again soon.